Hey everybody. I'm just gonna do a real quick one. Lisa's in the shower, and so I'm gonna see if I can get it done before she gets out. I always talk too long, but I want to do a quick check-in, real quick, and talk to all you guys, see how everything's going, and update you on myself, and then talk about something specifically. But here comes Benson. He heard me talking. But to start off, normally I recap how things have been going. Really good. This last week was my best week in terms of exercising in regular intervals, and I think part of that was coming back from the Drunk Mario Maker, that was not last Friday, but the Friday before. And once you finished with that, you are just thinking about how you can make yourself feel better and your body not feel so terrible. So I worked really hard, went to the gym several times over the weekend, and then during the week I exercised several times during my lunch break and things like that, and it went really well. I feel pretty good about things, but the main thing I wanted to talk about, and when I made the first video, I think I told all you guys to try for 5 or 6 weeks of regular exercise 3 times a week. And hopefully most of you are keeping up with it. You're still letting me know how things are going. But there's an inevitable curveball that you're going to face, especially if you're doing weight training or really trying to raise the bar on yourself every single time, which I think is key to exercise and fitness. Getting in better shape, and there's a difference between being healthy and then getting in better shape, in my personal opinion. But there's a curveball that's going to get thrown at you, and it doesn't matter how hard you work, how good your nutrition is, how diligent you are, and it's plateaus. And it is the worst word in all of exercise and fitness, in my opinion. Especially if you're trying to build strength, if you're trying to run further, if you're trying to run faster, if you're trying to do anything better, and that's what it comes down to, is trying to improve yourself. Plateaus are the worst thing, or they could be. But a plateau, for those of you who haven't hit it yet, thank God for you. A plateau is basically you exercise to a certain regimen, but then you go into the gym one day and you should be able to, based off all the notes you've taken and everything you've written down, you should be able to lift a certain amount of weight. You should be able to run a certain distance, but you do it and it just doesn't work out. And I can't explain it. I've been doing this for a really long time, and I can't explain how one week you're certain strength and the next week you might not be. It's because there's too many potential reasons. It could be your nutrition, it could be stress, it could be you're not sleeping enough, it could be your body is just not keeping up with your expectations for yourself. You get stronger over time, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're 5 pounds stronger, or 10 pounds stronger, or 2 pounds stronger, or 1 pound stronger. And I'm using that to describe kind of like the amount of increase in weight that you can have. But you're going to hit these plateaus. It's inevitable. And I'm currently at a plateau for myself, not all around, which thank God, because that's the most, if you hit simultaneous plateaus and your squat isn't going up and your deadlift isn't going up and your bench isn't going up and your curls or your pull-ups or your push-ups, none of these things, you're not getting any stronger, man, that sucks. It really sucks. Luckily for me, I'm just at a plateau in one exercise, which is the overhead press, which feels less like a plateau and more like a ceiling, and I hit it over and over and over again, and inevitably I start to push through it, and then something happens, like my wisdom teeth or any number of other excuses, they are excuses, happen, and then I don't get to break far enough above the limitations of that, so then I just come back and then I work up to this plateau. And right now, overhead press is and has always been my biggest plateau. It's not something I focused on when I was younger. It's regular part of my routine now, but it's not central to it. It's kind of an accessory to other lifts that I enjoy more and prioritize more. But knowing that is important, because when I hit those plateaus, I try and... All right, let's get philosophical. If you're at a plateau, imagine it as like an actual plateau, like a mountain. You've reached a plateau, you've climbed, and then you stopped, and now you're on this flat surface, and you're like, why am I not getting any higher? Something I like to do, and I'm doing it despite myself, because you can totally get frustrated. Trust me, frustration is part of it. But what I try and do is when I hit these plateaus and I look at my notebook and I go, it's been 3 weeks, and I'm getting weaker. What is happening? Other things are going up and I'm getting weaker. How could this be happening? I try and go, okay, I'm on a plateau. If I was a mountain climber, what would be the best way to handle this plateau? Stop. Look how far you've come. This is the key to, I think, advancing beyond a plateau. Stop for a minute. Don't get frustrated. Don't get angry. Yes, there's a huge rest of the mountain that you have to climb. But look around, man. You can take in the view. You can see how far you've come. It may not be where the goal that you want to hit, but ultimately your goal is going to keep moving further and further away. That's just kind of how strength and fitness goes, and that's what you want, because you never want to start settling for yourself. You change your goals to accommodate your health and your lifestyle, but you always want to have goals, and the reason they're goals is because they're further away than where you are right now. No one's going to get stronger by saying, I want to be able to lift exactly the amount of weight that I'm lifting. So, that being said, my advice is to stop, look around, take in everything you've accomplished so far. This could be in the form of actual rest, or it can be in the form of just appreciating it. Don't leave the gym angry. Don't whatever. If you're doing push-ups or whatever and you keep hitting 50 is the number you keep hitting, that's okay. You're pushing yourself to your limit, and your limit will get you stronger. And I think it's important to look around and see what you've accomplished. Also, my big thing is just like any physical plateau and any physical object out there in the world, a plateau is not ground level. You can't have a plateau that's on the ground, on the grass, sea level. It can't be that way. A plateau means you've already climbed higher. That's higher than where you started. And this is a metaphor that's kind of gone on a little long and a little complex, but you shouldn't sweat not constantly hitting new goals and new expectations for yourself. Elise, have you hit any plateaus in your exercise?
No, never.
Well, I
just walked for 45 minutes today.
But
I was feeling sad, so I just walked for 45 minutes.
That's better than doing nothing. That's better than sitting for 45 minutes. And you're looking good, too.
That was my face. He hit me in the face.
Her face is down there. So, yeah, plateaus, it's something that's going to happen. It's inevitable. If you are plateauing in one area, try and not focus on the other areas, but realize that your body is a complex thing, and growing in one area doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to grow in several areas, and it doesn't mean you're going to grow all at the same rate. And I'm using the term growth to just describe bettering yourself, improving your fitness, improving your strength, improving your endurance, all these things. It's not all going to happen at the same rate at the same time, but don't get frustrated, because my overhead press, it's stalling, and so my compensation for that is to, one, not get angry, because I did two other exercises at the gym today that both felt really good and really strong. One was an improvement, and then one was a slight improvement. And hey, an improvement is an improvement. But I'm going to think about how maybe I can work in that overhead press into other things. If there's room for it, the slightest amount helps. If there's room for it, then I'm going to try and maybe slip it into one of my lunch workouts. Do it with dumbbells. Try it in different ways. Try and attack the area in different capacities. And maybe the exercise that I'm doing. What I've been doing is trying to do 5 reps, and then as many reps as possible for the last set. Maybe I need to do 8 reps or 10 reps. Lower the weight. Change things around. Maybe I need to do 2 reps at the absolute maximum weight that I can put on there for 2 reps. there's tons of room to experiment, and I think that's one of the cool things about fitness, one of the things that I've always loved about it. But there's a bunch of different pathways. So let's go back onto that mountain and let's get back onto that plateau, and we set up camp and we're like, man, you know what, I'm gonna eat some beans up here because it's a beautiful view, and I'm gonna have my legs hang off the side. I'm gonna eat some beans and take a break because, hey, it's a plateau. Now I'm gonna look up at the mountain and I'm gonna say, oh, I didn't realize that there's this new path up this way, or there's a new path up this way, or even better, I'm just gonna take one tiny step up. And now I'm above the plateau. And I'm heading towards the next plateau, which is kind of whatever, but when you've been climbing for a while, you kind of want the rest. And again, it's a complex metaphor, but it's just something that hit me today while I was at the gym, and I had that in the middle of the set. I'm going, why can't I move this weight? Why am I not strong enough to move this weight? And I wanted to get frustrated, but then I thought, this isn't a moment worth getting frustrated about. I should appreciate where I'm at and how far I've come, and then start to think of new ways to attack this plateau and climb the mountain. And that's what it is. It's not about being complacent. It's not about sitting in place. It's not about sitting around for 45 minutes when you're feeling sad. It's about walking for 45 minutes when you're getting sad. And then it's about running for 45 minutes when you're getting sad. I can't run for 45 minutes, but someone can, I'm sure. Which is about running for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And so, yeah, that's just something I really wanted to discuss, because I feel like most of you that are exercising along with this or on your own or feel motivated by these videos, you might get to this point very soon. And it's something if I'm trying to encourage people to work out, I say like, hey, you're going to get stronger. Work out for 5 to 6 weeks, you're going to get stronger. There's a little asterisk there, and I always leave out the part where then after that you're going to hit plateaus, you're going to get frustrated. Those are the greatest challenges you're going to have to face, because it's easy to make gains. It's easy to get stronger and make that feel motivating for you. It's hard to push through that and then keep setting those goals further back, and understanding that hesitation and stopping and reassessing, and sometimes you have to drop the weight. I might drop the weight back down and then try and build back up again, because sometimes you get stronger. It's like building a house. You got to build a foundation. That's part of it. It's so many complex problems that you have to solve all at the same time, and that's a cool thing if you're into it. But if you're not, if you're 5 to 6 weeks in, it could be a deal breaker for you. And I'm saying this right now because I think it's important not for it to be a deal breaker, for you to understand that it's part of the process, and it can be fun if you handle it like something that's fun. And understand you can only the biggest thing is you can only plateau if you've climbed. So understand that. That's it for this video. A little bit shorter than the other ones, but it's something that popped into my head and I really wanted to discuss. There's another thing that popped into my head when I went to the gym Thursday night, and holy crap, I'm gonna do some video soon about gym etiquette, because if there's one thing I can do for this world, it's to not allow more people to get out into the gym and be just horrible. Just horrible. I'm getting angry just thinking about some people that I interacted with at the gym. But that'll be next time. Real quick catch up on going forward. I'm feeling really good about where I'm at. I am continuing to gain strength. I'm going to give myself one more week, and then I have to decide whether or not I'm going to eat more to try and get really strong, or I'm going to eat less and try and increase my HIIT cardio and see if I can get lean. I don't really know what I want, and that's kind of, I could flip a coin and see where life is going. I guess beach weather's coming up pretty soon, so whatever, but we'll see where that's at. So I'm going to give myself one more week. Also, Benson, who is a little tubby, has started going for runs, and I'm really proud of him for that. He came into my bedroom the other night and said, hey Dad, I'm tired of the other dogs making fun of me, and I think I'd like to take better care of myself. And I said, I'm here if you need me. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Please comment about your experience. If some of you guys are hitting plateaus, let me know, and keep plowing through them. It's a natural part of the process, and it actually means that you're doing a great job. It means that you're challenging yourself. And thanks for watching. As far as the rest of the channel goes, Overwatch. I'm going to be playing some more Overwatch. It's basically what I play. I haven't played Smite in like a month, but I really want to get back into it because they've been introducing some new gods, and I really like Season 3. And yeah, I was also thinking about maybe playing Dead Rising 3. I don't know if anyone would be curious to watch that. But thanks for watching. Keep pushing through, keep exercising. You guys are awesome, and have a great day.